Hello friends and welcome to the Art Maxian YouTube channel. Today we are going to draw dragons. So this is the How to Draw Dragons video. Now what I first like to do before I start any drawing I'm going to spend more than about 30 minutes on is I like to start with some thumbnails. Thumbnails are smaller drawings that you do just to test the waters and to get a rough idea of what it is you want to kind of accomplish in the drawing. The video I made previously to this video was how to draw, and I talk a little bit about setting your intention in that video. Thumbnails are a visual way to really get clearer on that intention and not have to kind of clarify that intention on the fly as much. So this first thumbnail is a pretty dynamic dragon kind of shooting some form of energy out of its mouth. I have some nice curves going on in the tail, some dynamic angles in the wings, and a solid body structure that I really enjoyed. The proportions on the whole really worked for me, and that's the one that you see in the YouTube thumbnail. It's also the one I end up finishing as a drawing. These other dragon drawings are pretty decent as well. They weren't as appealing to me, and that's something that's really easy to tell in the thumbnail phase. So therefore I didn't end up finishing those ones, but those always make for great practice. This is a great phase to fail in. It's a great phase to be experimental in. But as you gain more and more clarity, you always want to move more and more towards certainty in your final drawings, just because the certainty comes through in the final drawing, and I'll talk more about that later. This is more of a running kind of dragon. I'm thinking about a bulkier body. It's not meant for flying necessarily. It's got 3 tails for balance and potentially whipping. It's got 3 horns, so that's a design motif that I was just kind of working with. And I'm always making sure to save my documents because you never know when your program is going to go awry on you. But it's basically just about kind of drawing over the forms, which I do a lot in the beginner drawing course, so you really get an idea of how to get 3-dimensionality in your drawings, show more volume. And everything is essentially just a basic shape broken down and made more volumetric. This is an immensely potent way to learn how to create and understand shapes. And again, I cover that really deeply on some of the videos in this channel. Usually, if you go to the playlist section in the YouTube channel, you'll find some beginner drawing course videos and you can learn more about that. A lot of what you also see me doing here is getting rid of a lot of the elements and redrawing them, because at this phase that's really important to not be attached to anything. It's kind of the kill your darlings thing that we don't really learn until a little later in art usually. I usually find that people go one way or the other with it. They're either very good at erasing almost everything they draw and getting frustrated very quickly, or they never erase anything and leave a lot of mistakes in. And both of these are habits you want to weed out of your drawing practice, simply because they will not serve you or your drawings as you're moving forward. Last and not least, I kind of took this final dragon and decided to go with more of a sitting posture. The other two are very dynamic. There's a lot of movement and motion and kind of physics involved. And in this one, it's more of like a stationary pose, kind of like how you see a dog or a cat sit. And I kind of wanted to give a more domesticated feeling to this dragon. And it's just a really fun way to explore more vertical lines, contrasted like with the curved line of the wing. But that was pretty much all I needed to doodle before I was going to move on to a final drawing. So here you see me kind of figuring out the composition, angling it for further dynamism, which I talk more about in my course I'm currently working on called the Art Maxian Academy. The first module of that is dynamic drawing, and we go through about 6 different modules of various aspects of intermediate drawing principles, intermediate to advanced, and that permits you to ascend to even higher levels of drawing creativity and potency and self-expression. So if you're interested in the Academy, pre-orders are available, and you can check more information about that. If you want to be one of the enrolling first students, you will get some bonuses, which again are kind of made more clear in the pre-order there. But as far as this drawing goes, what I do is I usually zoom into the face first and foremost, and I lower the size of my brush so I get more of a fine liner feeling. After which I kind of lowered the opacity of the previous drawing so that I could create stronger drawing on top of it. And you'll see that as the process goes on, the opacity of that first initial thumbnail gets lower and lower, so that I'm, kind of merging the gap between the first iteration of the drawing and the second iteration of the drawing, because having iterations is how you create improvement typically. Even if you go from drawing number 1 to drawing number 2, you're going to usually see a significant amount of certainty and better mark making in your work as you proceed. And in this case, I really wanted to start with a nice detailed face. Usually dragons are immensely detailed creatures. Much like the reptiles of our planet, you see a lot of scales and texture and kind of overlapping elements and horns. And I wanted to start off with the details right away. And this is kind of a bonus tip. I don't know if this will help all of you out there, but I was also listening to some pretty good kind of high energy music when I was working on this dragon. And I feel like if you utilize music properly, it can really help you get into the flow state of the piece you're doing. So for calmer, more serene pieces, you might go with some more ambient or lo-fi or down tempo music. And with more extreme dynamic pieces, you might go for something with a higher BPM and more melodic interest. But anyway, that's just kind of a side tip. I want to talk more about that sort of thing on this channel later, as we sort of cross disciplines to make your artistic journey even more fun and fulfilling and potent. But essentially, when it comes down to drawing dragons, you really just want to focus on getting a solid body, wing, neck, and head structure. Like, the dragon anatomy is fairly important. What I was doing initially when I was doing the thumbnails was going on Pinterest on my iPad and drawing based on dragons that were on Pinterest. So I was effectively doing studies and exploring thumbnails simultaneously. And this allowed me to have even more confidence going into this final drawing here, as I begin to really merge those principles that I learned by studying and ideating and getting clear on my idea before I started to iterate on this next one here. Basically, from here on out, the process is pretty standard. It's just about making more and more marks and details and finishing the drawing by going over it once more in every single category or respect, making sure that you're working on the face. Then I move down to the neck, a little bit into the body, and I shoot off into the main wing. And this is the focal point of the drawing. If you don't know how to find the focal point of your drawings are going to seem a little less distilled, a little less like they have direction. And that's something it took me a while to learn, is I would really have a lot of decent drawings, but there would be nothing to focus on really for the viewer. And in this case, it is that face, neck, and wing area. That's sort of the main high detailed part, and the rest of it is not as important because it's further away from the focal point on the canvas. So that's a compositional thing. And then we also have the elements of detail and contrast that really help to enunciate some of the focal areas. Areas you typically want less focus on are the ones wherein you either don't do as much detail, but with a dragon there's always a fair amount of detail, or at least in most cases. So you would typically use less detail in those areas, or you would use less contrast, or just anything to kind of finish the drawing but not really take up too much of the attention of the viewer's eye. You are thinking about the viewer when you're making drawings, because otherwise you're just making drawings in a vacuum, in isolate, and as we know, nature abhors a vacuum. So you really want to create with your viewers or your audience in mind. And that's what I was doing when I'm kind of creating this drawing and trying to make it very appealing. Is I'm thinking, what would people want to see? They're going to want to see detail. They're going to want to see these sharp shapes. Like, this is a really kind of malevolent or dangerous dragon, and it has a lot of really upsetting spikes on it. Visually they look cool, but they're also dangerous. We know not to touch spiky things from a very young age, and that's really more of a design thing. When it comes to a lot of drawing principles, tons of it just is rooted in design in general, and design in my mind kind of precedes drawing. It's something you kind of learn as you go while you're learning to draw, but you really have to be mindful of principles of design as well. It's actually one of the 4 pillars of the Art Maxion Academy. It is the second pillar that you learn right after you learn your drawing principles, so you have a tool to express the design principles, because I find that design is really difficult to learn, whether it's a dragon or a house or a knight or a sci-fi ship. Design is difficult to learn without having the drawing skill to actually practice it, because everything is about the deliberate practice and the application of the thing. So really, once I had all my anatomy in place, once I had all of my big shapes in place in the previous drawing, it's really just about finishing this guy up. And that makes for a really, trustworthy process you can count on. I'm leaning on so many principles here that it's hard to condense them into one video. So that's why I make things like the Academy for people who are more sincere and who really feel the need and the call to learn more about their, creative abilities and how to unlock those superlative latent abilities within themselves in a more, structured and rigorous fashion. So essentially, this is basically getting to the end of the process where I'm just tweaking and tuning everything. I'm flipping the canvas a lot for this dragon just to check and see if I like where all the lines and the elements are going and flowing, and getting to the place where I can completely feel more satisfied with how the shapes are stacking. I'm enunciating certain lines and areas by running over them again with the very small brush, the small default round brush, because that allows me to create areas of contrast and kind of push shapes, back and forth, even though the lines are very fine and it's a very subtle way of doing it. That's just the approach I chose in this case. You can be very obvious with it and make some really heavy dark marks to kind of get form and depth with shapes, but that is, again, something that I talk a little more about in the beginner drawing course, which is the course that I made in 2015, and it still, to this day, has helped a lot of artists kind of unlock new levels within themselves and understand principles that I have learned from people like Andrew Loomis or Bern Hogarth or like Richard Schmid, or even like Vanderpool, or there's a ton of masters out there like Harold Speed. But I've read through these art books, I've copied the drawings, and I had to learn these with sort of hard-earned hours over and over and over, because that's the game. And so it's not always fun, but sometimes the discipline is the rewarding aspect, and then you can kind of permit yourself to do stuff like this. And this was a sped up time-lapse version of this whole thing. In the Academy, I take this dragon drawing and kind of improve upon it even more in the detailing chapter, in the drawing section of it, in the drawing pillar. So this is basically the final result. I just really want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned about drawing dragons and some drawing principles in general, because I always like to focus on principles. I feel that we're not taught that enough. We're taught more how to draw specific things, but those specific things are always outgrowths of the principles that underlie every single thing we want to create, whether it be a drawing or a building or, anything you want to see made manifest. There's a ton of principles that go into it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Taylor Payton of ArtMaxion.com. Feel free to check out the description box for all the cool stuff I mentioned, and I will see you in the next video. Happy drawing and happy dragons.